Back. Well, pickleball has become one of the fastest growing sports in the United States. In fact, more than 36 million people played the sport last year. Even stars like Tom Brady and LeBron James have recently purchased professional pickleball teams. So in tonight's Unfiltered, we wanted to know why it's become so popular. So we spoke with a pro pickleball player from right here in central Indiana. Matt Troyer, thanks so much for joining us for Unfiltered. Good to see you, sir. So pickleball is becoming huge and already has been for at least a couple of years now. And you, sir, are a professional pickleball player. How does one become a professional pickleball player?
Thanks, Bill. And let's be clear, I'm a professional pickleball player at the senior pro level, not at the, that's for old people. People,
Okay.
50 plus. You got to be 50 plus to be in that crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm there. So how does one become? I mean, there's probably one of the things that's fun about this sport. There are a lot of paths to that. It's not as binary as the NFL or Major League Baseball.
Mm.
I've had a lot of friends who are what I would consider to be, the active younger pros who become good at this. They start playing at events. They find that they have an interest in it, and they're getting better. They attract some sponsor interest. Anyone can enter basic pro level events, and they start attracting attention and start becoming known as pros. So it's very approachable to get to know some of those levels.
How long have you been playing, and are you surprised at the popularity of the sport over the past few years?
Yeah, it's a great question. I've been playing since 2019. I was exposed to it at a country club that I was a guest at someplace down in Florida. And I took an interest in it primarily because I thought it would be something fun to do with my wife because it seemed fairly approachable. I am both floored and not surprised at all at how popular and how many people are continuing to come to this sport. I for a while I was really surprised, and now I just sort of expect it. And it's still, the people are coming by the droves.
So how'd you become a member of the pro team?
Gosh, as I started to become better myself and started to play with some of the younger pros, primarily in the St. Petersburg, Florida area, they encouraged me, because they are on these tours where there are also senior pro events, as what they encouraged me to consider playing senior pro events. And then a guy named Rick Witzkin, who is one of the top senior pros in the country, if not the top male senior pro, who happens to also live here in Indianapolis, he encouraged me to start playing in some senior pro events. And I was kind of on the fence about all that. And then some people, Rick and a couple of other people, launched the National Pickleball League, which is a senior pro league. And the more I learned about it, and the more encouragement I was getting to put my name in the hat for the draft, I finally decided, what the heck, I'm 52 years old, and I'll give it a try and see if I get selected. And I was fortunate enough to be selected for one of the 6 teams.
Yeah, very cool. So we should point out, and you mentioned it, you're a local guy, right? So
I am.
How does that work? These are players that are picked throughout the country, I would imagine. They
are, and much like Major League Pickleball, which is kind of the one that's the league that's garnered all the attention for the younger pros. Some of those teams are owned by famous celebrity athletes like LeBron James and Tom Brady and the likes of them. Those teams are also geographically based, but have players from all over the country. So just like any other sports franchise, the Indiana Pacers, the players don't necessarily come from Indiana. So maybe a little bit of a novelty in that the team that I was selected is based here in Indy. It's called the Indy Drivers. It's owned by Phil Cohn and Paula Namias, if I've got her name pronounced correctly. And there's a couple of us here from the Indianapolis area, but most of the players are from all over the country.
Very cool, Matt. You know what? I have about a minute left. This has also turned into a business for you as well, I understand.
I have taken somewhat of an interest in it, and I've always enjoyed learning new things. And so with some folks that I've met down in the St. Petersburg, Florida area, I've kind of acted a little bit as an advisor to them in their Nation Pickleball Paddle Company. It's called Dwell Pickleball, and their first line of paddles will be coming out soon.
Very cool. Matt Troyer, thank you so much for joining us. Exciting stuff. Congratulations to you on your success and good luck in the future with your upcoming events.
Thanks, Bill. Take care.